segment is sponsored by Thrive, the Women's Health and Fitness Expo, presented by CBS 6.
Well, our next guest is ready to be a special guest on the Virginia This Morning cooking stage at Thrive, the Women's Health and Fitness Expo, presented by CBS 6. It's at the Richmond Raceway this year.
And today we are going to make a healthy shrimp pad thai, and we welcome Sara McGlothlin back to our show. It's always interesting when you come in because you do put a healthy spin on people's favorite dishes.
Right.
So this one you said has less sugar?
Well, so while shrimp pad thai traditionally isn't bad for you, there's always a way to make things healthier, or what I like to call upgrading certain ingredients.
Yeah.
So when I cook, and especially keeping healthy swaps in mind, I like to think about three main things: how to include more plants, how to reduce the sugar to make it more blood sugar balancing, and how to reduce the inflammatory ingredients. So in shrimp pad thai, you have, rice noodles, grains, which can be inflammatory to a lot of people. Peanut sauce traditionally has a lot of sugar loaded inside of it. And then things like soy sauce and things like that, a lot of people are intolerant to as well. So I try and use different upgrades to sort of make it a little bit healthier, if you will.
All right, so we got a big pot here.
Yes.
What's going in first?
So first we're going to cook the shrimp, and I always cook with either two oils, and that's avocado oil and coconut oil. These are the oils that can withstand high heat the best and won't break down and become carcinogenic in the body. So I'm going to just liberally pour a couple tablespoons.
So subbing that out, if we're
Yes.
getting back to basics for, if you might typically be putting an olive oil in there, which actually, it kind of is a lot of people's go-to, but it doesn't cook with real high heat very
Yes,
well.
it can break down under heat. It's great to consume raw, especially in salad dressings, but a lot of people still cook with canola oils and vegetable oils, and I would just say run very far away from those.
Do a little swap-a-roo.
Yes, exactly. So we're gonna let these cook on each side probably for like 3 to 4 minutes, and then eventually add in some veggie noodles. Meanwhile, I'm going to make the upgraded peanut sauce.
Ooh, okay.
So I think this is the second time I've brought peanut butter here.
Are you a fan of peanut
I'm
butter?
a big fan of peanut butter. So I have about a cup of creamy, all natural, no sugar added peanut butter here.
How much is added into, say, Jif? I mean, is there a lot of sugar in,
Oh,
in the
goodness.
peanut butter we grew up on?
Yes, so I couldn't really say grams wise, but you'll see cane sugar, you'll see high fructose corn syrup and brands like that. So just when you're reading labels, just always check for that sugar content, because it is hiding in everything.
Yeah.
You're making this with a creamy peanut butter.
Yes.
If I was really jazzed to use a crunchy, would I mess up this recipe?
I don't think so, no, not at all, because you're blending it, so that would, smooth out.
You're creaming it.
And then I am going to use coconut aminos, which is what I always use for a soy sauce replacement. I am personally intolerant to soy sauce, as a lot of people are. So coconut aminos is basically the sap from a coconut tree. And so I pour in about a half cup of that. Thank you, Bill. You're manning my pot.
Yeah, they're starting to sing a little bit, so I figured I'd help them out a little bit.
Look at you go.
I know. You're a pro. You're going to replace me soon.
Coconut aminos.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do about 2 tablespoons of sesame oil.
And a little bit of this goes a long way.
Yes, but it adds a nice
2-minute
flavor.
warning. 2-minute warning.
And then about juice from 1/2 to 1 full lime. And then I'm going to use just a tablespoon of coconut nectar. So I've brought this on here before. It's a low glycemic sweetener, has probably one of the lowest glycemic indexes of any of the sweeteners you will find on the market.
So a swap for sugar.
Exactly. So I'm just gonna put a touch in there, and then I'm going to blend this up until it's nice and creamy.
Now with the peanut butter, you have to have a blender that kind of knows what it's up to, right?
Right.
Being
Yes.
up for the challenge.
High-powered blender is best, and to kind of get it going, I'm going to put in some filtered water, so it is just becomes a little bit smoother consistency, depending on how thick you want it.
And so how far in advance do you need to make that, Sarah? Does it need to happen and then sit for a little while, or you're just ready to go?
It actually can be, it tastes better the next day, but I mean, you can make it just like this while you're cooking your shrimp. I actually have a pre-made jar over here.
And we've got
I'm
about
gonna
30
just watch
seconds
these guys.
left.
Sure.
Yeah.
So then I'm gonna add the veggie noodles, and here you have zucchini, sweet potato, and butternut squash. I like a combination because more color is better. And then I have some just thinly peeled carrot, just to add different texture.
You just spiralize those vegetables for the noodles.
Yes, and I actually bought them pre-spiralized, so a lot of grocery
Oh,
stores
you didn't actually
and markets.
oh, wow.
No,
That's
I took a
great.
shortcut.
That saves some time.
You're always able to take a shortcut for things like that. And then I'm just gonna add the peanut sauce to the pot and just kind of cook that until it's heated through, about 5 minutes, and you're good to go.
Easy enough.
Quick and
Yeah,
easy.
thank you.
You're so welcome.
Wow.
Looking forward to having you join us on Saturday, February 29th at the Richmond Raceway Complex for Thrive, the Women's Health and Fitness Expo presented by CBS 6. It's from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Be there or be square. For all the information, visit rvahealthexpo.com.
Oh, I smell that peanut butter. Smells good. All right, we'd like to give a big thank you to all our guests.